it's for rich people.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. I know you didn't do
You
it
flipping
for
him
me.
off?
You did
What
it
he
because
did?
you
No, I'm
understand
flipping the lag
enormity of
off.
the task that lies ahead.
You're not gonna believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
What is up, everybody? Let me go to the corner real quick. Never mind.
Not here.
Well, there's a long story and a short story that goes with this, but I want to apologize to Skinman because I think he misunderstood when we were doing a live interview with a podcast from Casper, Wyoming tonight. I think he thought we were doing a live interview in Casper, Wyoming. So he
The address.
had called me and said, "Hey, how far are you guys along?"
Where are you at? What
I'm
time you
about
gonna be
2
there?
hours outside of it, and that was at 6.
Casper's a ways up there.
I don't know what time he left. I don't know if he started on
This morning.
It's hard to know with him. He could have been like traveling and backpacking, or like hammocking along the way. Pulls along the side of the road, throws a hammock in. It's hard to know with him. If I'm 100% honest, it's Skin Man. So Skin Man, the live interview is we're here.
We're here. Yeah.
We're going to have a call in at 8:00 tonight. So we're going to cut this one off a little bit short. I'm Coach Casey. That is TJ. What's up, buddy?
I'm waving to you.
You're waving to me on
Yep.
on all the different things that we're on right now. Today is 7/27. Our sponsor for this show is For Music Lovers Only podcast. That's a podcast that I do fairly regularly, and they've been gracious enough to throw us a couple dollars to sponsor this show, help us get kicked off. That is every Saturday night at 6 p.m. If you like music talk and a bunch of guys getting some drinks in them,
Hairy
and a girl,
guys.
most of us are hairy. One girl who's not. Getting together, we do a top 5 list every week. Good time. So the host of that was gracious enough to sponsor the show tonight. I'm excited for it.
Awesome.
So we're not going to do a full show like I said earlier. We've got the Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast guys coming in right about 8 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock Mountain time. I thought Wyoming was in our time zone, if I was 100% honest.
Straight north of Colorado. Can't be. That's in the mountains.
Okay, you're right. I agree with you now, but I thought for some reason that would be Central Standard. So
You're thinking of Wisconsin.
maybe I am. Maybe I
getting your W
I get
states
Wyoming
mixed
and
around.
Wisconsin switched around all the time.
One of them has a Y, the other one doesn't. That's the
Ah,
difference. Yep.
okay. And one of them's Wis, and one's where the cheese is from,
Yeah.
and one is where the good podcasts and artists are from, I think.
I guess so.
So I'm going to start off with a twist. Something happened just before the show.
Okay.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to your mailbox?
Not. I think somebody's hit it before.
Have you that with that baseball bat? You remember that? Did you ever do that in high school?
Yes. Not
Yes.
with a baseball bat.
What'd you do it with, with pumpkins?
Drop kicks.
But how did you drive by and drop kick them?
No, run and drop kick.
Oh.
We'd park
So
back.
you guys didn't. Okay, I was gonna say this was before. You can't get away as good. That's the problem
Well,
with your walking. But you were in a car.
There were certain things. So there was a certain person from our hometown that we had. Okay, back it up a little bit. We had this class. I'm Catholic, so I was Catholic. On Wednesdays, we would have this class.
Why do you think I sit down around you?
We would have
never bend over.
this Catholic class called CCD.
Okay.
But basically, it was 2 hours that we would have that our parents assumed that we were at church and that we wouldn't be fucking around. Well, what we would
Is
do...
this like your version of Sunday school on a Wednesday or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like so you can get confirmed. So we would leave. We'd show up to CCD. We'd all gather in one car, go out and drive around and get drunk within the 2 hours that we had, you know?
And this is like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, it's like 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So like in the wintertime, it's dark, you know, and
Yeah.
So anyways, we would do that, and there was a guy from CCD, like one of the teachers there, ratted to our parents that we were doing this, which they didn't care anyway. So after that, we started getting his mailbox on a weekly basis. It was
game on.
Yeah, we would run and drop kick it. Well, one of the very last times, one of my friends got busted by him. He was about to drop kick it, and he yells out the window, "Don't fucking touch my mailbox." So we stopped doing his, and then there was another one. One time I did get pretty much knocked out by one. I was pretty drunk, and it was an old brick mailbox.
You thought you could still take it out?
Yeah, you know.
Why wouldn't I think it?
Why wouldn't I have been able to?
I have a state championship.
Yeah,
I should
so
be able to
pretty
take
much,
about
yeah.
a mailbox.
So I drop kicked it and landed right on my head and almost knocked myself out. That was the last time I ever got a mailbox.
If you're watching on Facebook and we're lagging, I apologize. It is a thing I'm aware of, and I'm working on it. I thought I did all the fixes to make it properly work today.
Look, it just does.
I don't know what's going on, so we'll get it figured out eventually. Slowly, but surely.
Well, your disgusting mailbox.
Well, we'll get to mine. We did play the bat. We did the pumpkin. It was usually, I didn't go after enemies because I think they would assume it was me. It was just random.
Yeah.
We did have some people we went after, certain people we went after occasionally, but for the most part, it was random. And I regret it to this day. And I think today I'm now paying penance for it. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that how you say that?
Penance, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting my just.
Not Mike Pence.
No, not Pence.
Yeah.
I'm getting my just due, or my wife sends me a picture right before and I don't get out and check our mailbox every day. That's the woman's job. Sorry.
Yeah.
Take out the trash, clean the house, check the mail.
Pick up the dog poop.
Cook me breakfast, cook me lunch. Or cook me dinner. I make my own lunch. These are women's tasks. Sorry if I offended any of you ladies. No. But she sends me a picture, and the first one's of the top mailbox. Just looks like bird poopy on top. Some gross bird poopy.
Like a lot.
I'll tweet the picture out later.
Yeah.
Or X it out later. And then she sends me one inside, and it's what I can only say is that gravy or is that baby puke of a baby that's been eating gravy? And so is this maybe a new trend going around that we don't know about? We did the break mailboxes. Maybe these kids today are gravy in mailboxes. Bitch, you got gravied.
Yeah.
Dude, I gravied another dude today.
Did she taste it?
She hasn't yet. She's cleaning it up now. We'll see if she'll come in and give us an update. But we done got gravied.
Yep.
And I'm not happy about it. But, it is what it is. I can't control it.
Maybe that's that. Do you know who Young Gravy is?
Yeah,
he's the guy that fucks.
So
moms.
he banged my wife and then gravied on my mailbox just to let me know.
What just happened. That's his calling card.
Do you think she would send me the I just got gravied picture?
She don't know that we know this. That we just know that.
But why would she send me a picture of us just done getting gravied?
She just did.
So I've had a couple.
Fucked up. She slipped up.
Well, if you're a regular listener to the show, you know that I've had a couple run-ins with a couple of my neighbors. The new ones, the ones we'll call pieces of shit, trash. I don't want to say nothing offensive about them.
Well, it's broad
cocksuckers, meth heads, cat bringers, meth makers, thieves, and just in general bad people.
Okay.
But again, I don't want to.
You could just say Southside people.
I don't want to say nothing bad about. Well, depending where you live, South, not all. Well, maybe everywhere South
like
is.
Broad strokes. Come on.
All right. Well, here in the greater ICT area, which is Wichita, Kansas area, I don't know if we've ever said where we're out of. Down south is where some of the dirties live. Okay. I've got the $1 million house, and it's not $1 million, but in a $12,000 neighborhood, so I got a $150,000 house in a $20,000 neighborhood, and I like it quiet. I don't like tannerite getting shot off in the middle of the night. I like people that mow their yard. Mm-hmm. And when some of those things interfere with me, I interfere with some of those things. So it could be me bringing this on. It could be a random gravy in. I haven't went and checked. I told her to go walk the neighborhood and see if we're the only one that done got gravy. Yeah.
I think it's just Young Gravy's.
Is it the mailbox? I still think it could be the mailman, and I might have done the trash guy. Like at Christmas, you're supposed to leave him a little something, especially if you send out a lot of trash. That's a common thing. Leave him like a $10 gift cert. Not everybody does it.
I've never done that.
I do. I used to our old one because if I leave my trash up by where it is, he would come get it. Oh. So I'd even catch him randomly throughout. Like a week I forgot, and I'd go drop him $5, $10, and that dude take care of me for the rest of the time. Well, then they switch him off my route. Well, at this point, I just stopped bringing it out because I know $10 a year, this guy will come get my trash and my job's done. Well, new guy didn't do it. And so I started sitting it in random different places for a while. I'd sit it like across the street where it wasn't supposed to be, or like 4 foot back from the curb, or just
where he can't reach it with his
his claw, so he'd have to get out and slide it forward. And
Skaggs is over here fucking
he's cringing.
About
Oh
it. He's
yeah,
like, motherfuckers.
It's almost fantasy football season, so I'll get ready to spend some time with him. So I assume that's what it came from. I apologize to my neighbors that do listen to the show, and if you're not the meth head I was talking about, or meth makers,
it's a different one.
But ever since Breaking Bad, everybody wants to make meth or crank or something. So
it's difficult unless you're a scientist.
All right, we did something to start the show. I read a list of that's what you're supposed to do. What have you been up to?
I have nothing exciting.
Lately that I need you to bring some stuff. I
Oh, well, I could tell you, I was working in Dodge City last week.
We did a lot. You were on the show.
Yep. And we had 6 inches of rain in like basically 24 hours.
And that's more rain than Dodge City's had in 6 years.
Well, they said so before that, between May and current period, they've got more rain in that period than they've had for a year total since 1996. That was before the 6 inches we had the other day. Well, so it's pretty crazy.
It's everywhere. We are headed toward, and we knew it was going to happen. We knew that eventually the United States was going underwater. Mm-hmm. We thought it would start from the edges. We thought it would be
from the middle now.
California going under, Florida, New York needs to anyway.
It's just the government controlling the weather.
Ooh, you think it is?
Yep.
Well, I've noticed we had an Indian family moved in down the road, and I didn't know if that had any cause.
Kind?
Rainmakers, know, they got those little sticks out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw my cousin Wyatt say if you draw a turtle in the dirt, it makes it rain. So people.
So many turtles around Kansas area right now because it is raining like nobody's business.
And if you're a union hand, you just draw when it starts raining. You just draw a circle, and if you get
it'll stop.
No, you just draw a circle on the hood of a pickup. And you get within 6 drops, fucking rain.
Game over.
Bro,
rain out.
Rain out, bro. We're going in for 10.
That sounds like some of the guys we worked with when we mowed back in the day. That was their strategy.
In for 10, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for they would just leave.
We stayed out because, I knew I just gonna have to work a Saturday and a Sunday. I'll work in the rain on a weekday to get a Saturday off. So, so we got through. Skinman's on his way to Casper. Again, we apologize. Would you fight a kangaroo?
They kick a lot, and I think they got claws.
Man, I watched a video here recently, and I've actually seen, I don't know why, I don't know, we got kicked off maybe. Yep, we've been removed. I don't know what we did. Meth heads comment. That was probably TikTok. Who knows? We'll see what I got kicked off for. We'll go restart it in 15 minutes.
That was weird how that just caught us there. I wasn't even looking at it.
Well, TikTok sucks balls anyway. We know that.
Fuck you, TikTok. I'm so sick of them.
Oh, I am too. What's funny is some of the stuff we've made it through lately on TikTok and some of the stuff we can't make it through. Somebody reported us for, Indian talk.
You can't. Rainmaker, though.
Yeah, I know, but I got Indians that moved. I don't know. We're blaming them for stuff they can't control. Or you said government-controlled weather.
That's what it was. It was Hillary.
Who knows?
Or Obama. I mean, we could talk about that, too.
Well,
but killed his chef.
No, his chef died. That is completely different.
He died with blunt trauma to the head and drowned in
a wakeboarding accident.
Mm-hmm.
And why the guy loved him. He left the White House with him.
He knows something. He heard something.
Well, that's true.
He saw Michelle's 8-incher swinging, and he saw.
How did she make those beautiful daughters? That's how I wanted her. They adopted.
Show me a picture of her pregnant.
Well, show me a picture of Melania pregnant. Show me a picture of Hillary pregnant. Show me a picture of
no one's ever accused them of being men though.
Show me a picture of Caitlyn Jenner pregnant, and she had 5 daughters.
Caitlyn Jenner is a man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was Woman of the Year.
That's new age shit, man.
I don't get it.
That's not accurate.
What? That she wasn't
a
woman. Well, she's Woman of the Year.
Did you see that deal where it shows like her is some tweet that says, why can't I find a normal, straight, whatever woman? And then it says, is Trump underneath, and it says, nice balls.
Well, you go to Bangkok, you can find you a nice, straight woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lately there's been a lot of kangaroo videos going around.
Here.
Not so much here. There's not very many kangaroos here, but the one today was a woman and a kid are walking along at some petting zoo, I did share it somewhere. But the fucking kangaroo comes up, starts messing with him. The guy just like goes in to step in.
Kangaroos are assholes.
That's what I said. Is there any bigger ass? Kangaroos are like that white trash dude at Riverfest or whatever your local festival is, with the wife beater on, a gold necklace, and shaved head usually.
Smoking cigs.
Yeah, cigarettes. They got the jeans that are sagging for whatever reason. If it's not a wife beater, it's definitely cut off fucking tee.
They're sagging?
Well, not sagging, like their pants are just falling off their ass.
Oh, okay.
Because all those white trash dudes, they do the sagging, and it could be it don't have to be a white guy.
I think it's just because they buy them too big.
Or or they've methed up and lost a lot of weight since they bought their jeans. I'm not sure how that works, but you just try to intervene in like a situation. Say they're
I wouldn't fuck with a kangaroo.
or a white trash dude because they're fighting with their wife, okay, about something stupid, and you just step in and say, "Bud, we're at Riverfest. This is a family situation."
He's like, I beat my wife wherever we are.
And then all of a sudden, that dude's coming at you like a kangaroo. He's kicking, he's punching at you, but this kangaroo wouldn't quit. The guy was just like holding him back for a while, and this one must not have had claws, but I figured they got teeth, and it wasn't biting at him. But
I've never really seen one bite before, have you?
But no, I don't think I have either. But then it started throwing its punches. Joey, it was Joe, and then it never did the tail. Sit on the tail and kick, but another kid stepped in, I'm guessing the dude's son, and they were each grabbing one of their arms and trying to keep it back.
Kangaroos kind of don't have that long arms, really.
So
right?
all of a sudden, luckily that guy could. It was like, when you're the bully dude, you put your hand on somebody's head and they're swinging at you. It was kind of like that, but that kangaroo just kept coming and they're trying to back out. Then he starts double leg kicking both of them. And
they can like pop their hips, and
and
I've seen him he was fucking with somebody's dog, and then him and a dude squared up after that.
I did watch one recently where this dude did fuck a kangaroo up, but the thing is, kangaroo's got a jaw like Chuck Liddell before it turned to glass.
Yeah,
he'll get up and keep coming at you.
Yeah. You
just make him more angry. I don't know if anybody's ever actually knocked out a kangaroo besides another kangaroo.
I don't know. You were talking about the kangaroo, and I was trying to look it up on YouTube because I couldn't remember, but it's I watched it on here. It's called the Best Ever Food Review Show. You ever seen that before?
No, were they eating some roux on there?
Yeah, he was eating kangaroo on there. It's a guy. He's like.
Is he a fat guy?
He's a skinny guy.
Is he a bearded guy?
No.
Okay,
beard.
so it's not that guy. It's not the Foods Around America guy or whatever.
This is just a different thing, and he travels all over the world and just eats weird food.
He's not the bald guy?
No, it's.
Those are the only three I've named to you, or the only three I know. So
this guy, I can't think of what his name is.
That's okay. He could be a sponsor next week.
But he wears a red bandana. It's this guy right here.
Well, and that'll add him to my list of people whose opinions don't matter. Red bandana people,
guys that eat Vegemite.
And nothing against. Not if you're from Australia. Then that's straight up.
That's like Vegemite's like under Nutella.
Is it? But it's veggie. It's veggie spread, bud. It's like.
What do you think Vegemite's
We had a rapper on,
of?
and I could never remember his name on the old show we did. And we are asking him about foods that he eats. That he's like, Vegemite. We love some Vegemite. God, I wish I could remember his name. He was a great rapper. He talked about Ooh Jackman a lot.
Oh. Was this was on the other show?
Yeah, this was on
the one that's no longer a show anymore.
Yeah, but that was back when it was called the C&J Show.
Oh.
Is how far this one goes back. We were in the basement.
Does the C stand for crazy?
Yeah. Well, no, it just stands for kooky.
Okay.
Kooky. Or Christian or Catholic. I don't know what it stands for anymore. But yeah, we had him on. Muggsy, that's his name. He's a Australian.
Bogues?
No, it's just Muggsy.
He could dunk at like 5'2".
This guy was he was a rapper.
Okay.
And are you going to read the ingredients for Vegemite?
I have it pulled up here if we're curious to see what's in it. Vegemite has a strong flavor of salty, slightly bitter, malty, and a umami flavor similar to beef bouillon.
Well, see, then you might like it.
Bro,
have you tried it? I'll get some Vegemite and we'll try it on the show.
That's fair.
And for me, I don't even eat beef flavored
Where do you
stuff.
even buy Vegemite?
We'll have it shipped over from one of our fans in Australia.
Yeah. Go ahead and send it on over. Steve Irwin could. He's
gone.
He's
he's in hiding. He's an alien now.
We
Or
might
with
be able
you.
to get some on.
I'll get a hold of Muggsy now that I remember. And actually, I think if you say his name 3 times, Muggsy, he just appears and sends you Vegemite.
Okay.
So we should have some Vegemite coming.
God damn! Look at it right here. You can get it at Walmart for $38.
Oh, Vegemite's expensive. We'll get it on Amazon for $9.88 though.
Is it gonna blow us afterwards if we pay $38 for it? I don't.
Maybe.
Think so.
It could, and that could be like extra strength Vegemite. That could be a lot of things about it.
Okay,
No, I do not know who that guy is.
We'll have some toast, but he eats some cool shit, and it's not like he's like, what's his name, Bear Grylls. Will he eat it just to be like, oh, watch me eat this dog shit for fun? No, he's going to like places and eating what they eat. You know, like shit that we don't eat in America.
Lately,
basically.
I've been considering. We've talked about it over about 3 shows, but further and further along. I'll never go red meat again. I'm the resident vegetarian. But I'll never go red meat. But chicken's been coming back
Can
up.
I be there when you do it?
Well, that's what I figured we'd do. Something.
If you're gonna have chicken, like right now, I'm like, Casey, I'm gonna bring you chicken. Where do you want it from?
It's gonna be a spicy Wendy's chicken sandwich. If I was gonna eat,
you want?
That would be my first meat that I would eat again.
Like nuggies from Chick-fil-A or something. like that?
No. It would be the last thing that I did eat that was chicken,
liked?
and that was my favorite thing.
Spicy chicken, huh?
Oh, from Wendy's. It used to be great. I know it's probably not up there with Popeyes or.
Well, I don't.
You don't venture.
I don't get involved in
Culture Wars.
chicken sandwich banter.
But have you had the Popeyes one?
Nah, I don't really like.
It's like
chicken
Chick-fil-A
sandwiches.
Oh,
really.
see, and that's the only thing. Breaded, I don't like. I never really was a huge fan of chicken breast. Maybe for health reasons.
Yeah.
And
what about wings?
I liked wings, but I hate
With the
bones.
Okay, you would. Well, I mean, they got basically chicken.
I know
nugget
those are
ones
called
now.
chicken nuggies.
Yeah, I mean, you could get it from.
Because then I
go to
think
B-dubs.
I would struggle with the bone. That would get me back in, like, okay, now I am eating a person or I'm eating, something. But if it's just chicken, in chunk form,
Last week when we were in Dodge City, I don't know if I saw a video or something, and I said, I got a craving for wings. I said, Lee, we should go get wings. He goes, let the black man handle it. Well, I'll tell you where we're going.
So where'd you guys go?
There was no B-dubs or anything, so he did.
A Wingstop?
He did. No, there's no Wingstop in Dodge City. He found a restaurant that had wings in it, and they're pretty fucking
Was
good.
it served by darker people?
Mexicans. I mean, we're in Dodge City.
Mexicans know how to make wings, though.
But also while we were there, when the waitress was bringing our food out, Lee got fries, and he got like a big ass thing of ketchup with it. Like they come out with the ketchup. The chick fucking dropped it it fell off the tray, hit, and went all over me. Hit me in the back.
That lady had a poor experience the rest of the time she was with you.
Yeah.
You yell at her?
No, I didn't yell at her at all. And it got all over my back. And
were you in work clothes or personal?
Same. Same. Yeah. But she cleaned it off my back, and Lee was all like, "Oh, girl, what you do that for?"
I don't think that's how he talks. He was on our show, bro.
Shit, dog.
No, he doesn't. Very rarely does that how he talks.
He's like, hey, man.
No?
No, he don't talk like
He
that.
talks wider than me, I think.
No, he can, especially when he gets mad.
Oh, when you get him in that mode?
I saw him mad the other day. He talks like that when he gets mad.
Huh. So,
but I did have something. Me and Lee have been working together. I have acquired his services for revenge for what we talked about on the show.
I don't remember. Oh, for the lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been handled.
He like sick like the culture on him or what?
Pretty much. That's what our and I've been given permission for
you're gonna get on Black Twitter and
well, not necessarily, but I've been given permission and written permission
that you're in with the community and they got your back.
Yes.
You're an honorary?
Yeah. He said Alpha 1.
I think you would be the last honorary that I would.
Lee said I'm in.
Yeah, but again, Lee. Well, of course, I haven't got him in that mode. Which I thought my first comment to him, if ever he was going to go thug on me, that was going to be it.
No, but he's given me permission to execute a mission.
All right.
And in that mission, there's certain things that have to happen.
All right. Well,
we
can't talk about it on the show. We'll talk about it maybe as the statute of limitations wear off, which I think on social media is 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Or 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know. I'll have to look up the guidelines. We'll see how long we're suspended from TikTok.
Forever, because you talked about Indians or
I don't know.
Obama
I'd like to see. I want to see. I wish they told you the exact reason. It always bugs me that they say it's for harassment or stereotyping or whatever they say. So
I was trying to think if we had something up. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't do nothing that bad. So last week was far worse. I was dropping F-bombs. I was, I started out the show with "What's up, fuckers." Yeah. I did all that stuff. So I really don't know. Are we going? Which conspiracy theory are we going with next? We going to Jason Aldean conspiracy theory or the moon
you think
conspiracy?
That's a conspiracy theory?
Well, here's what I said. My thoughts on Jason Aldean's song. the left, not me, I've decided I'm going purple.
Okay.
Has to work on their racism problem. Look in the mirror. Because I listened to the song wanting to be mad. You know, I was mad that day anyway.
Looking for something.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll say is, yes, there were some stereotypical things said, only if you think the only people that rob are black, or the only people that mug are black, or the only people that, you know, and maybe it was meant toward them or a group or whatever, but try that in a small town is all he's saying.
Yeah.
And, you know, then he went on to plenty of other things that could involve
People.
any,
Yeah.
and I think any of them could, because maybe per capita, I don't know what this, I don't do stats, I'm not a statistics guy, but I've never been robbed by anybody other than white people. I guarantee the people that fucking gravied my mailbox are white. 100%
Young Gravy is white, bro.
Well, if it was him, then yes. I mean,
But he banged your old lady. That's what he did.
I don't even care about that. I'm mad about the freak.
mad about
I don't
the
think you
mailbox
understand.
that
It's
you
the
don't
freaking
check?
gravy mailbox.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't
They
want
need
to.
new mailbox.
Now we got flies. We got people think they can just come dump biscuits in there anytime they want. People are pulling up expecting a chicken fried steak with. I don't know,
I know.
man. So, I don't know. I was looking for it with a reason to be mad. She's getting ready to get done in the back of that bus.
Yeah, you were talking about stats. Keep going and all.
But I listened for it waiting to be mad, and I never was. I don't really. Song's a good song. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't really care. I've never really cared for Jason.
I don't
Aldean,
like
period.
country.
Yeah.
But I mean, the song has that. I grew up in a small town,
I grew up in a small
and what he says is not exactly true, because plenty of effed up stuff happens in a small town. Plenty of wife beating, and as long as you're high up enough in town, it gets swept by, or if you're a cop or whatever. But again, shit that needs taken care of in a small town gets taken care of. You don't hear about a lot of small town problems because they get swept under the rug or beat, whatever it is. So,
Ow. Well, I had some stats. I was going to pull it, but
I
really think, though, honestly, like if they're talking like how you're saying is like if Democrats or liberals just think he's saying black people, they seem to push them, pigeon-toe them into more shit than the racist people do. They're like, oh, well, they can't just get to voting stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And
is like
they talk them down, like, and then you're finally starting to see some of these people go, why the fuck do they think I can't do that? Why the fuck do I can't do that? There was that guy sent you on Twitter, on TikTok today, and talking about, fuck Ukraine, I want my money back. Send it over here. I'm a fucking vet and all this shit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Well, I think, unfortunately, we have like 70% universal support for that war, or the help for those people, because they don't want Putin to control more and then to come over here and take our gay marriages and take our oh no, that's not what he's coming after.
Nope.
Just man, I have a good.
Okay, let's talk about the moon for a little bit.
Okay.
Now I do have.
Well, you've been sending me all kinds of stuff. It started on the old show. The host of the old show does not agree. He thinks the moon landing was done in a studio in California, and up until 2 years ago, I argued him every time that came up.
I kind of used to be that way too. Like
13 months ago, or maybe a year ago, I stopped arguing. Just saying, well, I don't know. And then I just watched. It was, I guess, a conspiracy documentary. I don't know, but it was all these, and I think you had sent me a clip of it a month ago or so. But it was all these NASA people that they were interviewing, saying, well, yeah, all those files have been lost, or all of the
technology,
that part too. But it was saying like we had a whatever that told you exactly, and then but it's gone, and then they go to an interview. It wasn't with Buzz Aldrin, it was with the other guy, and it was on Carson or one of them, and he's like, well, you've been to the moon recently, and he goes, have I?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, no, you guys were there, and and he's like, yeah, great quality. And, it was just like, it was real weird. And then you have, before we had cell phones, we had that, you have, Nixon, which we know is the ultimate
landline phone call.
The ultimate conspiracist. He was trying to get out of Watergate by saying we landed on the moon, even though this was 4 years before Watergate.
Yeah.
On a landline with guys that I don't get how the technology would work when we didn't have cellular technology back then. But again, I don't know how. I just wanted to believe. I wanted to believe.
You think there will be ever a time where it's proven one? I mean, there's that you could probably put like the top two things that would hardly ever be like, okay, we lied. The moon landing and JFK, what really happened with him. JFK will probably end up coming out in partial truth. Because you think about it, JFK got killed and then his brother got killed just because of it, you know?
Yeah, and that's a hard one to say because the Republicans really wanted him gone at that point. And, you know, and Johnson
Nixon really wanted him gone.
Well, and Johnson really wanted presidency
Yeah.
and knew he was never going to ever get it himself. And quit mess with your mic. It's making noise. And
You don't like that? I like it.
he, you know, there's a lot of conspiracies around that. But I think I truly am still kind of on the fence of whether it was Lee Harvey Oswald or whatever. I don't still know that it was a government cover-up. I think it was bigger than that or small. You know what I mean? It was because he was fighting back on the Cold War. He was fighting back and pushing back on all these things. So at that time, it could have been what's his name? Not Mattingly, Maris, who was in love with
Roger Maris?
Yeah, he was dating Marilyn
player?
Monroe.
Yeah.
And if anybody has the accuracy and the aim, it's a baseball player.
I don't know about that. I am.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying you want to rule him out, but you don't want to rule the government out.
I have seen it before. It's called 11/22/63, which is the date Kennedy was killed.
Uh-huh.
It's a Stephen King book.
Okay.
I've seen the.
You seen the movie?
The show about it.
Okay.
It's got James Franco in it. It's like a 6 or 8 miniseries. But I'm reading the book right now, and then I'm gonna rewatch it again. But it's kind of crazy because he goes back in time, and he can only go back to a date, no matter what. It's not like it's 63. He's got the date's like something like November 58. So when he goes back, he's got all this time to try to figure it out, like track down Oswald, figure all this shit out. So it's pretty interesting, and that kind of got me going into a trend about the movie Back to the Future. Is that one of your favorite movies, or you like it, or?
It's definitely not one of my favorite movies. Good movie. I hate
Do you know
the
very much
Griff
about it?
or whatever his name is, the bad guy. I hate. Do I know about what?
No, just do you know a lot?
Yeah,
about
I've seen the movie 30 times.
Okay.
I mean, I was born in 81. I think you're required if you're born 84 or before, you have to watch that movie at least 10 times in your life.
So it's like the original one. They go back to the future, like in 85.
Uh-huh.
Or they go back in the past.
Yep.
From 85 to 55, and then they go to 2015.
Yep. And then they go all the way
Then
back
they
to
go
the Wild
like
West.
18, whatever. That's only because they fucked up and put the numbers in wrong.
Well, I thought because Doc went back there and he had to go find Doc.
No, it's because he put it in for something.
Oh, it messed up.
Something happened and he was
Yeah.
putting the date in. But anyway, so if
Where we're
like,
going,
back
you
to-
don't need.
That's in Back to the Future. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Okay.
So there's a podcast I listen to that's strictly about Back to the Future and tells all these cool things about it.
See, that's our problem. We don't focus on one genre. We're all over.
We're all over
We've
the
done
place.
conspiracy theories of the show. We've done a guy driving through the backwoods of Wyoming.
We talked about Obama killing
And hell, he
the shit
could be
out.
on his way to Wisconsin. He could have got confused as I was.
Yeah, or Washington.
Fuck it.
What if he went to Washington, D.C.? That's completely the wrong.
Oh, God, that's hard to know with Skinman.
Yeah. So Back to the Future. Anyways, if you could go back to the future and like not change things, not fuck with anything. So when your parents got together for the first time, did they grow up together? Did they not know? Did they?
They did
meet
not.
each
I don't
other?
believe they knew each other because my parents are 7 years difference
Okay.
almost. They didn't grow up together. I
Same
think.
town or
Or
how'd they meet?
They met in Wichita. I don't know the whole story. I think my dad partied with a group of people that my mom was hanging out with,
Okay.
and my mom was looking to get out of her house, and she knew she was a lesbian then. My dad had long hair, and he didn't have the beard back then.
Just thought he was a lady.
No, she thought that would be the easiest equation over to it
okay.
was I'll start with the long-haired dude and then
Okay.
move to women.
Okay.
And thank God she did, because if not, we wouldn't be doing this lame
You
podcast,
wouldn't
know?
be here. No. Well, I guess since your story is a little bit different, my parents are more like Back to the Future parents, where they went to the same high school. If you like ended up back in high school and you see your mom and your dad and like,
See, my
watching
dad
them-
would have been in high school and my mom would have been in 6th grade, and that would have been weird.
well, my kid's the same way. I mean,
I know, and you met yours while you were in high school, and she was in 6th grade. It's weird.
Well, I didn't meet her. No, but it would have been the same.
I introduced you to your ex-wife at a bar. We've talked about it.
Yep. But
and I apologize now. But if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have 3 beautiful children.
That's true.
2 of which I really like because they made me art.
Yeah, in 2 days, Chloe's gonna be 12. So
Holy shit.
So, anyways,
I need some art from her.
If you went back in time and saw your parents together and saw them courting or whatever, or saw your parents with different people or whatever, that'd be so fucking crazy.
I don't know if I would be like Marty and try to hook up with my mom.
Well, I think Marty's mom was trying to hook up with Marty.
Yeah, but he did not seem like he was. He could have just said.
At first, I don't think he knew, but then it was.
I mean, he had pictures of what his mom. I mean, it was clearly the same
mom was
woman.
A fucking babe.
An 80s babe. I still say she was.
You're just not into 80s chicks.
No, because she's a 2027 at best.
But that's like saying like a 1980s Mustang or whatever isn't the same as now because they're way more powerful.
It's 100% correct.
You gotta judge it for the time, and then you have to add nostalgia to it, and then you add 12 points and minus.
I think his girlfriend in that was 10 times hotter than she was.
She was super hot,
and she was an 80s babe.
But I think the replacement chick is way hotter in Back to the Future 2, which is the chick from Karate Kid, who I had a huge crush on. And when she was in Cocktail, super hot in that. But they didn't make her look as good in Back to the Future 2 because they were trying to make her look like the girl from Back to the Future 1. They were just trying to make her
I don't get why you
that.
wouldn't take that role, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to? Maybe she wanted too much money, or
that, and then the guy that played his dad, they couldn't get him on there again.
Really?
Supposedly he's fucking crazy, I guess. But
Marty McFly's dad,
Mm-hmm.
he plays crazy guy in the movie.
Yeah.
He was a nerd, and then he was a tough guy, and then he weirdo. And
I mean, he knocked Biff out.
Yeah, Biff. There we go.
Yep.
I keep calling him Griff, and you were supposed to correct me.
I think he's Griff in Back to the Future 2. Like his future self, I think is Griff.
I hate that one where he's in the he's the mogul. Is that the one where because he takes the Beckett,
bets on the stuff, and then and then he gets Marty's mom and puts big old titties on her.
Chains her up.
Yeah, chains her up, and then kills Marty's dad.
Did he kill him or lock him up?
He killed him.
Well, he's the first bad guy of our time.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, the first one that you completely, he reminded you of course, even when he was pretending to be a high school, he was 35, so it was hard. But we had a guy in my high school when I was a sophomore.
No, he's actually pretty young.
We had a guy in my high school when I was a sophomore, Tony Sparling. Mm-hmm. He was actually my roommate too. He had to get a clearance to be able to play his senior year because he was going to turn 20.
Oh, no shit.
During his senior year, and he was a stud running back for Belle Plaine.
Yeah.
But he was fucking 20. Take us at 20, especially in good shape, and put me, or 23.
Difference.
Oh, man. You start to become a man somewhere between 18 and 20.
Yeah.
But that 20, 21, you're full on, you got balls have dropped all the way. If you're going to get facial hair, it's started coming in by then.
Yep. I had probably 3 or 4 hairs at that point.
Yeah, I remember when I met you, you were 19 or 20. And
probably 19, yeah.
You had a little Ranger. Actually, I think you had the white car then at first. The Federale that because you got a ticket for doing 90 and a 60 on 135 right before the ramp. And that was one of the first conversations I had with you.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you got pulled over speeding on the way to work, and you came in all butthurt and.
Don't even remember that.
Well, I didn't know the Federale would go that fast. That's the only reason I remember it.
Badass, man.
What else you got on that? We're gonna go probably just a couple. We're kick off here in about
a whole Back to the Future show.
Yeah, we'll do a reprise on that this weekend, and I got to get it ready here in a second. The Shockers are playing. So I went to the TBT tournament, the basketball tournament, $1 million tournament. We went Thursday, Friday, Sunday to all the games, and
so did you see KU play?
Yep, I went. We saw them play 2 games. They were not. They looked. Oh, they were. Should have lost the first game. Came back from 15 down, won. Should have lost the second game.
Who looked good? The best? Thomas Robinson?
No, he looked bad most of it. He had a couple spurts, but it was Langford.
Oh yeah,
Keith Langford he was the guy handling the ball the most. He was at 39.
Really?
Yeah, he's 39.
Yeah.
And he played most all game, every game.
Is it full court?
Yeah. The first game, they only had, I think they had 11 guys on the bench. Second game, they had 9 guys on the bench. By their last game, they had 8 guys on the bench. So I don't know if the guys had prior commitments or what it is.
Like 9 people total or 9 people sitting on the bench?
Nope, 9 players.
So 4 guys on the bench. While
Yeah,
5
3 on their last game. They had literally 3 subs.
They must have had other stuff going on.
But they had Brandon Rush.
Oh, yeah?
And he looked bad. He's old, and I think his body's in bad shape.
Was Morningstar there?
No, he was there the first game.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come back after that. I think he was going out to the lake with his family. And, yeah, that's why I said that 11. Then, like I said, it was either 9, game 2, and then by game 3, they literally had 8 people there.
Yeah.
They had a good bunch of people, but even one of their best players said on something young. You'd remember him. I can't think of his name, but he was that guy always clapping, and he played hardcore defense. Rush had
light-skinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, so if it would have worked out, if K-State had won their second game, we would have played them Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, no, we would have played them Sunday night. And had KU won their game Sunday, they played right before Wichita State, which it was kind of cool because they were honoring, which that's how bad Wichita State sports is, I get it. But they honored the 2013 Final Four team. So Fred Van Fleet was there.
Oh, he was.
Cleanthony Early.
Moneybags.
Yep, Cleanthony Early was there.
Baker there.
Wessel, Baker, what's his name? Nick Wiggins, not Andrew, because Nick played for us. Andrew played for you guys. And a couple other people. So that was awesome.
That's cool.
But they could have played KU tonight at 8, had KU won, and they had a chance late. They played, so the team that beat K-State was this Arkansas team that actually has an old KU player on it. I can't think of his name, but he played at KU and Arkansas and decided to play for Arkansas.
Okay.
And I'd say we beat their butts, but if minus our 15 turnovers, we would have beat them by 25. Instead, we end up winning by 4 or 5 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I love this tournament because they do this thing called the Elam ending. So at 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they basically stop the clock. And it's the next person. So basically the winning team has 66. They had 8 points onto your score. The losing team, say, has 56. They still have to get say if it's 66, they still got to get 74 to win, but it's untimed now, so that team can't run out the clock.
So it's like 21 or something like that. Like you play into 13 or whatever.
Essentially, but it's yeah. So I mean, but you can be down 14 and still have a chance to win. Say with 4 minutes left, because it could go 30 more minutes if you can stop the other team from scoring and you can come back.
So you just got to get to 74?
Yeah, first to 74.
Why is 74 the number?
Well, it's not. It's 8 points from whatever score you have.
It's only 8 points.
Yeah, so say you have 60, then the target score is 68. And the other team has 50. They still have to get 68 as well.
Oh, okay.
But it gives you a chance with the clock stopped to come back and win. It's awesome. And which it came to our benefit because Friday night we were down 21 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Came back, got it to like 13. We went into the Elam ending is what they call it, which is the guy that invented this tournament. Mm-hmm. I think we were down 6 still into the Elam ending. Hit like 2 threes right off the bat, tied it, and then we ended up winning, I think, by 6.
That's cool. I didn't know they did that.
At one point, we outscored them. I want to say it was like a 30-6 run.
And same rules and everything?
Yeah. They got 6 fouls. I do like that. So, because they play 10-minute quarters, you got 6 fouls. It keeps people in the game a little longer. Other than that, they do a 28-second shot clock. I mean, all the same rules apply. I mean, and then once the time hits, all the same rules apply. The only thing I don't think it should be able to end on a free throw because there's a fair amount of games that end up on free throws. But
once they hit the 8 points.
Yeah, but what it leads to is a ton of highlight endings because even if you're up by 6, that last shot becomes a last second shot.
It's like a buzzer beater.
It was what do you call it when you hit a home run? Walk off. It's like a walk off shot. Some teams it ends up bad because you get up by 3 and people start taking walk offs the rest of the time. They don't realize I'm up by 6. I can go get a layup and then another layup and win. So they start jacking up threes, and a couple teams have come back from that. Yeah. Wichita State could have been a prime example of that, but they said, "Fuck it, we're shooting threes." And nailed one to walk off. So it's a cool tournament. That game starts at 8. I'm going to get it going. We'll do our interview here with the 3 Wheel Bicycle Podcast while I'm kind of watching that. I'll have plenty of time after to watch the rest. So, Michigan coach in trouble for recruiting violations. It sounds like he's going to get a 4-game suspension. I've read a little bit about it, but I
saw that, but I didn't read it.
And it's been going for a while, and I think it's just talking to guys in the time frame where you're not allowed to talk to them was the most of what it is. It's not like offering money, because you can offer money now.
Yeah, you already offer him money. That's like the whole
It's not even what he got in trouble for before, which is maybe approving some grades that weren't, whatever. So we'll get into that next show. The only last thing I really wanted to talk to about was Twitter rebranding to X, and I think that they're going to be changing the name eventually too.
Well, when you click on it now, it right here, I'll show you. It starts with the X.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be changing the name of it eventually.
Watch, see it?
That's weird. And
X
I guess
gonna give it to you.
He's lost. He overpaid for it. They've cut in half in their profit margin or share, whatever you want to call it, since he's taken over because of all the butthurt liberals leaving. They went to the True Socials where all the liberals are going now.
Yeah.
They're following Trump, and so they can get on there and hate on him.
It's the other thing. What's the new one that
I don't know.
Facebook guy made? It's not True Social. It's something else.
Oh, I don't know. Meta?
I can't remember what it's called, but that's where all the liberals go, and now they're just fighting with each other on there.
Well, that's fun. So I came up with just a few other, and if you have any you want to throw in here, if we're renaming them all, I came up with a couple new names for a couple of the current ones. Instagram is now going to be known as Whoresearch.
Whoresearch, okay.
Or, whatever. Snapchat is going to be Whore Messenger.
Okay.
And then Facebook is going to be known as formal Whore Search.
Okay.
Or
about
former.
MySpace?
MySpace would be outdated Whore Search.
Early 2000 whores.
Yeah. No, I don't know. If you go onto Instagram, there is some good stuff on there. I follow some good things on there, but it's mainly boobies and TNA, stuff that just I'm offended by.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I bet you are.
And Snapchat, the only person I snap with is technically TJ. And then, I share on there, and I got a couple people I'll message with, but for the most part, that's where people go to get in trouble, TJ. Mm-hmm. And then Facebook's, a bunch of those girls that were real popular in high school that now are selling makeup, and some of them.
Check out my makeup.
Yeah, so patiently waiting on the other dude to get here. Stevie is watching with the Three Wheel Bicycle podcast. He's getting ready for us. I'm going to kill it here. You got anything before we cut off here? We got 10 minutes before, and I got to pee. And then
I guess if Stevie doesn't have his other guy, we just do Stevie then.
Yeah, Stevie, we're not going to have our Skinman, the guy in the corner I told you that would be here. We do have Bucket Skinman.
Bucket today.
And he actually asks very good questions as well. So he's filling in for Skinman. We'll be alone without him. I did have a story that I'll save for next week on the rolling governor. What's his name?
Abbott.
Gary Abbott? No. Greg Abbott, putting up water barriers instead of walls. Said, fuck your wall. If they can't get through the water, they can't get through. And then I did have one on why do we still have bears? You told me local woman. I didn't realize it, but a woman in Montana was mauled to death by a bear. And I still don't understand, if we're out hunting predators, why are bears still a thing? What purpose do bears serve besides getting honeycombs stuck on their head and...
Stevie says he's here, so he says for you to go pee.
All right, buddy. I'm going to go pee. We're going to end this one. Sorry about Facebook if you are watching. Hopefully it does a little bit better for our live show.
It looks good. I just saw you pick your nose on it right there.
I just did
like Seinfeld. I did it.
So we'll get on with them, and we'll go for 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it takes to get a good podcast in. It's not the same when Skinman's not here. I know it.
We won't ask the Skinman question.
I am in a better place. So I'm going to ask him what music got him into podcasting or whatever he asks every week.
But that's his question.
I know. Okay, I won't ask it. I don't have it on my list. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the Three Wheel Bicycle podcast. And sounds like we're getting guests lined up left and right. So hopefully we're going to have some interviews for the next couple weeks.
All righty.
I will leave you with this.
And I'll finish with this. Throughout my life, I've done alcohol and I've done marijuana. I'm a product of the 60s. And I can assure you, I've misbehaved far more on alcohol than I ever have on marijuana.
So just chill out. You know, drink a 7-Up, eat a moon pie, quit murdering people.